Good morning and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff and today is part 2 of building the Loop Coaster, which is Lego set 10303. It just came out July the 1st, so it's not about 3 weeks old now. And in my previous streams, like when I was building the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon, I was unable to have the screen up with the chat, so I had to keep flipping back and forth. This has instructions because it's brand new, and because of that I will be able to respond to all chats as soon as possible. And let's talk about this. This is bags 1 through 3 you're looking at right here. Yep, not a lot. But, you know, hey, we got to start. We've got a little bit of track so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to start looking like. And today, right here at the end of this track, I'm going to slide this over so hopefully you can see this. There's a slight delay, so I don't know if you're seeing it. But anyway, we're going to be extending over on this area over here. So, and yeah, it looks like you're going to see it. Okay, cool. All right. I'm going to go ahead and let's start building, and we're going to start with bag number 4, and we're just going to take this as far as we can get it today. And I am excited because this right here is, to me, classic Lego gold. I love the amusement park stuff. I really do. I think it's really neat how they've come out with the 2 different carousels. And I knew I was going to do something. All right, let me unplug that so it quits doing that. There we go. I just always forget to turn it off because what I do is I charge this thing in between, and I like to keep it at full charge because I don't know. Sometimes, you know, hey, the live stream may last an hour, may last a little over an hour, and the batteries on these things aren't the greatest in the world, so I just like to keep it fully charged. And I left the plug into it, the adapter, and that's why it was doing that little clicking. But anyway, today is gonna be an interesting day. I got a lot to get done around the house, and I plan on getting that done. I've got, for some, if you've been following the channel, you know what's been going on a little bit, because I've let you know. And because of that, I decided to buy a security system. Hey, you can't hear me. Oh. You can't hear me at all? Something here. Oh, the mic's really low. Is that any better? I don't know. So, Amazon Prime Day was, what was it, about 2 weeks ago? I went ahead and bought a security camera system with 8 cameras, and I've been installing them around the house. Made some progress on that, and I'm going to make some more progress today. It's better now? Okay. Alright. I don't know what the... Okay. I gotta love equipment. Anyway, how you doing this morning, Yeti? I tell you what, this camera system, 8 cameras, and it is crystal clear. And I mean like crystal clear. I absolutely love it. Awesome. Alright. I also dug up 2 holes in the yard. When they installed the fiber optic line for the internet, they crossed over and the sprinkler system in 2 areas, and as a result they ended up cutting the line in 2 places. So yesterday I was out there. I know where the leaks are at, so I was out there digging them out. And today I'm going to head over to our local hardware store and see, now that I know what size pipe it is and all that good stuff, I'm going to go ahead and buy the pieces, and hopefully by the end of the day I'll have it glued. Once it's glued, you're not supposed to like test it for 24 hours, so I won't know if it's fixed by the end of the day, but I'll do what I can. Thanks, man. Yeti says, dude, you're almost to 600. Congratulations. Thanks, man. It's been a long journey, as you know. So anyway, it's been a fun one. And this roller coaster, as I was saying earlier, I really like it. I like the whole entire series of the amusement park. And I know it's not like official. They don't say like Lego City or Lego Space. They don't say Lego Amusement, but it's awesome. Okay. Oh, Mrs. Chip. How you doing, Mrs. Chip? Plumbing sucks, yeah. My dad used to say something occasionally kind of weird about plumbing. He said that he liked doing plumbing, but he learned early to never lick your fingers by doing plumbing, which is a really unusual saying. You'd have to ask him why he ever said it. I think he was just trying to be funny, but I think it's kind of weird. Alright, let's see. For some reason, I threw this piece in here, and it doesn't belong here. Okay, cool. I don't know where it belongs. Okay, I know you probably can't see the whole entire thing here. And did I do this right? Is it supposed to jog over like this? Yes, it is. Okay, so I think this is kind of strange right here, how it has a little notch there. Cool. So Yeti, what's your plans for today, man? What are you planning on doing? And Mrs. Chip, what's your plans for today? What are you up to? And I was talking to Mrs. Chip yesterday. I've got some ideas. I won't share them because I want to have a chance to build it before, you know, and make sure I can build it. But anyway, I have some plans and for the channel, and it's funny. I'm going to incorporate some of my humor into my build for the city. I'm going to have my own custom delivery. You know, you've got like FedEx, Amazon, that kind of stuff. I'm going to have my own custom delivery company, and I've thought of the name. And anyway, I've got the color scheme down in my head for the truck, and I've got the design of the truck down too. I just need to have a little bit of time so I can peel away from here and make sure I have the pieces and stuff. But that's one of the downers of having this problem with the previous owners, is that I have my Lego cabinets and they're all over here, but before I had them like up on the wall, screwed to the wall. I can't do that here. There's not enough wall space, so I've got them 3 deep in front of each other. So finding something takes a long time because you got to move cabinets around just to find it, and so don't really like that, and it makes it really hard to do anything. So that's the delay there. I'm hoping they just get their stuff and get out. And hey, Mayo, how you doing? And Yeti, you know, I'm weirdo, you know that. Well, there's Weird Al, and then there's Weird Yeti. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing around. Video and hangout, building and working on. I said, that's cool. What are you working on today? I did see. I'm trying to remember what your latest video was, but I did see it. Shoot, man. Of course, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast or dinner yesterday. But yeah, what you working on right now? This is going a lot faster than I thought it would, but these plates are so large that I only have so much table space, so I laid out as far as I could. I'm probably going to open some bags and just go at it the old-fashioned way without laying it out like I usually do. But I'm eager to get this done. I've got a lot of projects. I talked to Tammy. She's our lug leader, I guess you could say president, whatever you want to call her. I love her and her husband. They're really good people. And wow, she was calling me last night asking me if I was showing up early to help set up for the show. And the show's in 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks from today. Well, yesterday, I should say. So, kind of a little excited there, but a little scared too. So, did you know you qualify for the community tab? No, I didn't even know what that is. What is the community tab, Mayo? I'm sorry, I'm not as savvy on YouTube as I probably should be. And what is the benefit of the community tab, or is that just something I should look up? Probably should look it up. But anyway, I will. So is that like something you get when you get like 500 subscribers or something, or is it based off how many hours are watched? Or actually, now you got my curiosity piqued. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. But there's the whole entire amusement park lineup with 2 carousels, the mixer. Like I said, there's SpongeBob's Glove World, which really isn't part of it, but I make it part of it because I've seen rides like Glove World. And also, I'll tell you, the amusement park does have kind of a nostalgic feel to me, and it always has, because when I was a teenager, I lived next to, well, it was called Marriott's Great America, like Marriott Hotels. The Marriott family owned Great America. It's an amusement park in Santa Clara, California, and I worked there for a couple seasons, but while I worked there, Marriott sold it to the city of Santa Clara, and so it was just called Great America after that. But at one time it was called Marriott's Great America. And I really enjoyed working there. Like I said, because I worked there, there's kind of a nostalgic feel to all this. I worked at one summer I worked at the Cantina, which was a Mexican themed restaurant, and oddly enough, it was almost, not quite, because you're not allowed to legally do this, but it was as close as they could get as being underneath the Grizzly, which was the wooden roller coaster. We were like, when you came off the ride, you would notice that there was the Cantina there. And I worked in that restaurant for a whole entire summer, and of course when you work there, you get a free season pass. So me and my buddies used to go there all the time. Of course, this was back in the day, so things were a little different for Chip back then, meaning I didn't have a wife, so, or kids and all that. So I admit, me and my friends used to go there just to pick up on girls, and we did. We used to pick up on girls all the time. And there was a lot of local girls. Of course, this was in the Bay Area, California. So the Bay Area, California is, well, I think it was 7 million people at the time, if I remember right. And so there was just a lot of people there, and it was always busy, always crowded. And, well, you could meet girls that were local, and you could meet them from all over the place. And oddly enough, Yeti, if you're still there, I remember this one girl, I think her name was Adriana, if I remember right, but she was from Louisiana. She was visiting her grandma. Anyway, cute girl. Okay, so it's telling me, okay, I know I got those. Okay, cool. So yeah, working at the amusement park now, all those years ago, does bring back a lot of good memories. And a really good friend of mine, he had an unusual name. His name was Buck. He worked there too with me. And I had some other friends, Brian and Bernard, that used to work there. They were twins. Yeah, we kind of had a falling out, so I don't really talk to Brian or Bernard anymore. And unfortunately, from what I understand, cat's playing with the box for some reason. Buck's no longer with us. Buck passed away, from my understanding. So, anyway, not in contact with any of them actually. But it was a great time to be had by all. Let me tell you. And roller coasters, I'm not afraid of them. I'll ride any of them. And it's kind of not fun because when I was a kid, I used to be able to have friends that, you know, would love to do it. But the last time I went to an amusement park, I went with my family and nobody wanted to ride the scary rides. So I was riding those rides by myself, which is not that fun. I mean, you don't go to an amusement park and spend all that money just to hang out in line by yourself. I need to go find the water bottle. I'm going to do it after this stream. I'm going to find the water bottle and keep it handy for the cat because he likes to act out during my live streams. So, I don't like this roller coaster not being complete because the train keeps wanting to fall off the track here. And let me see if I can zoom out a little bit so you can see more of this, but I don't really know how much more you're going to be able to see. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you will be able to see most of it. Okay. Well, you won't be able to see me build, though. So here you go. This is this so far. I am going to do a live stream tomorrow morning. I know I said I was going to alternate, but I haven't made up my mind which one I'm going to do. I'm thinking about just continuing the roller coaster, but I'll make that decision later on today when I'm outside in the hot sun and it's affecting my brain and my thought process. That's when I'll make that decision. Best time to make it too. Okay, so now we got a bunch. I'm going to slide this over because we're just building supports at this point. And so what I'm going to do too is I'm going to get a hold of my granddaughter today. I need a video chat with her. It's been a little bit. Talked to most of my kids this week. Actually, I've talked to all of them but one. So I guess I'm going to give her a call too. Just because I don't want her to feel left out like I ain't talking to her. You might have to reinforce. Yeah, I think I am gonna have to. This build's kind of crazy. Structure is weak, and you have to force it. That's what they had to do with the old roller coaster. Yeah, I've had to do that with my old roller coaster. Really kind of frustrating, but you know it is Lego, so there's only so much structural integrity it can have. But then again, you can always strengthen it too. But yeah, Legos is a weird product. It is fun though, the fact that you can rebuild everything and just tear it apart and just use the pieces tomorrow for something completely different. So there is advantages to the weirdness. All right. Yeah, I'll have to watch a video or two. Heat will get you. Yeah, it usually does. I'm very sensitive to the heat. That's why I don't live in your part of the world, Yeti. That's just too humid for me. I lived in Ohio for about 2 years, Ohio, Kentucky area, and that was enough. And I had never, ever lived in a humid area before that. And then I lived in Virginia for 7 years, and It doesn't get as humid as Louisiana, but it does get, yeah, it still gets humid. So, okay, I don't know why. Oh, I grabbed the wrong ones, that's why. But yesterday it got to almost 100 here, which I know everyone else, especially further south, has been scorching way more than I have been. So I'm not really complaining, but it was warm for me because around here it just doesn't get that warm. So I chose to wait until the shadow was on the other side, the sun was on the other side of the house, casting a shadow on the yard, so that way I could avoid being in the direct sunlight, and it was just a little bit cooler. Okay, so it says time, oh there it is, ×3. I don't know, Mrs. Chip, she just might argue Yeti that the heat has already gotten to me. She might. You never know. She's a funny one like that. And I think it has, actually. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. Well, I laid out 2 full bags, and it's going way quicker than I thought, so... I'm probably going to be done with this a lot sooner than I thought. I'm going to go ahead and open up another bag, though, because I'm not going to do no 20-minute stream. Okay, so this goes here. I've got some leftover pieces, so... And you know what? These are the exact same pieces I thought I was missing, and I went and grabbed them. I'm hanging out with my sisters, my nephews, and niece. That's cool. That's cool. Hanging out with family's awesome. And that's why I live so remote. It keeps family away. I'm just kidding. I do love my family. I'm just joking around. Okay. Sorry, the instructions are not real clear here. Okay, so that goes, okay, that goes across. That makes sense. Alright, so I know I've been doing some of this off camera. So let me go ahead and show you. We've been kind of filling in these little areas here, these supports. And as you can see on this side, that's what held the pillars up. So I'm just kind of working all that and laying the groundwork for expansion. Yeah, actually, speaking of heat, that was the first time I had ever experienced someone having a heat stroke. When I worked at the amusement park, Great America, and it was Great America by then, the guy Mark I worked with, like, I went outside to take out the trash, and he was just laying on the ground outside, and he had a heat stroke, and called 911 and all that good stuff, and yeah, that was really scary, because I really sincerely did not know what was going on. I'd never had to deal with that. I mean, I learned a lot about heat stroke after that, but he's okay and everything. He ended up quitting the job because, well, the cantina, because we were right next to a ride and people were always coming in, we did have AC, but the AC didn't keep up very well, so it was always really, really hot in there. And he usually worked outside the building, so it was even hotter. So, yeah, if I remember right, he ended up quitting. But heat stroke is no joke, guys. My sister gets real sensitive to heat too and stuff, so you gotta stay hydrated and all that good stuff out there. And let's see, let's check out the weather today. Well, right now it's 70 degrees even out there, and we're supposed to climb to 94. Well, that's what it said yesterday when we got to 97, so who knows? It's going to be the 90s today. Okay, so now we got a little bit of detailing work to do here. Yeah, you know, Yeti, I haven't seen the finished product yet. I haven't snuck ahead and watched any videos or anything. And I sneak ahead, and that's only for me because I bought it and I'm trying to build it, so I didn't like look at anybody's other videos. Now I don't think it's sneaking ahead for anybody else, but I did not look at any other videos of this. But I imagine that the tower piece that it climbs up, that's probably going to be really weak because it's really tall. And you know, there's not a whole lot to it, so yeah, I'll keep an eye out on that and see how to reinforce it, and I'm sure I've got the pieces too, if I can just, once I get to that point and I start operating it and it starts falling apart. I also need to get a cover for the bed of my truck so that I can transport Legos back there, because from what I've heard, Legos don't like to stay on. And I'm sure driving 80 plus miles an hour that pieces are going to go flying off. If they do that, I'll never find them, so I'll be crying. I'll admit, you're going to see a grown man cry on that one. But yeah, you know, I need to get that cover. I don't know how much they cost. My daughter, one of my daughters works for a dealership, so I'm sure she can tell me, because they do stuff like that. They install stuff like that. So if I can get it for a reasonable price, I will. And what the heck? What the? Okay, there we go. So like I said, I got 3 shows this year, so I'm kind of anxious about all that. I think it's going to go well. I've been to shows before as a volunteer to help like my dad's group, because the Lego group and the model train group, you'll often find them in the same show. So, oh boy, this one does not want to go in. Let's try it again. There we go. So I've been there as a spectator and as a volunteer, but I've never been there with something in the show to display, so a little different for me. But I'm really excited by the possibilities, because name recognition and all that good stuff that can happen from such an event. And the fact that I've got 3 of them. Well, actually, Tammy let me know there's a 4th in December, so yeah. And I kind of should have known about the 4th one, because the 4th one is taking place at the Children's Discovery Museum in Salt Lake City area, and that is where I met this group, because I was volunteering helping my dad's group out, and I saw this Lego group over there, so I snuck over there at one time and I just talked to him, and you know, Jim, that's Tammy's husband. Tammy's the president. I was talking with him, and he asked me how many Lego sets I had, and I said, oh, I got 1,300. I now have probably close to 1,400 now, but I had 1,300, and with the straight face, he said, oh, that's just a starter kit. And I thought, my first thoughts was he's being a smart A. I really did not think that 1,300 was a starter kit. And then I went to his house for our first meeting, and he showed me his collection. And then I understood, yeah, I do have just a starter kit compared to what he's got. And then one of our members, Leanne, she ended up moving, and she asked for the help for the club because, well, I mean, you can hire a moving company, but they don't understand how Legos can be intricate and fragile and all that. So she wanted people who understood Legos to help her move, and so we did. And when we did, oh my goodness, I thought Jim and Tammy had a huge collection. Leanne's dwarfed, and I mean dwarfed, their collection. I probably, out of my group, 1,400 sets, I might be the one with the least amount of sets, which is kind of sad. I always thought I had too many. Hey, Click and Cliff, how you doing, buddy? But my club likes to do this really cool thing where almost every meeting, you know, during the month, people go shopping and they find sets on clearance, and they try to grab a couple, and then at the meeting, well, before the meeting, you let them know whether you're in or not. And this last month, I put $40 in, and we parted out, can't remember how many sets now, but at the meeting, we break open the boxes, we lay them out, we sort the pieces, put each color thing in a cup, and then you get to go in your turn and get it. And you end up with some really nice pieces. And I did. I got pieces that were all related to my city mock, mainly the light grays that I need. And I only paid $40, and it was on clearance, so I would have paid way more than that on Bricklink, is what I'm trying to say. So it was a nice little benefit of having this Lego Lug group that we're part of. And if you're not part of a Lego Lug, I encourage you to look one up in your area, because they are really cool groups. And I can't say the people in there are, because I don't like people in general. I'm just kidding. No, I'm totally playing around. But when it comes to these sort of things, it's just nice to be associated with a group of people that understand your addiction, I guess you could call it. Because for me, it certainly is an addiction. And my wife says that I'm obsessed with these little plastic bricks. I don't know what she's talking about. Do you guys? I don't. I have no idea. So, anyway. Being a part of a Lego group is awesome. We meet once a month. We try to do a show each month, and we typically just about do a show every month. And I'm just excited that this show coming up and the next couple, I've been asked to display some work, you know, some pieces. So certainly looking forward to that. And like I said, I just found out yesterday that we got another show, and I should have known, like I said, because that's where I met them, was there last year. I'm just going to take this off there. I'm tired of it falling off. I'll put it back on another time. And one of the other reasons I like doing my live streams so early in the morning is because of the heat. I'm up here in the attic area, so it's kind of, it gets really warm during the day. So if I do it first thing in the morning, yeah, it's getting warm up here, but it's not quite warm yet. So it has its advantages. Yeah, so my dad's group, they do model railroads. They do HO scale and N scale, if you guys know what that is. And that's how I met, you know, this Lego group. It was by attending a show for that. I operate the children's booth. There's this like puzzle game. It's a rail switching yard, and the kids have to decide. And sometimes they have cards too that'll tell them, you move this car from this side to this side of the yard. And of course there's a bunch of things in the way, and so the kids have to use their skills to figure it out, because there's not enough room to just move them all at once. So that's usually the booth that I operate, and that's what I do to help my dad out. And my dad is kind enough to let me put my business cards out on his table. And the last time I went to one of these shows, I gained 12 subscribers in one day. Now I know that's not a lot. I mean, there's channels that get that in 1 minute. But you know what? For me, 12 was awesome. So I'm just going to count it as a blessing and keep going. Alright, so that is bag number 4 and 5. And let's see, this is where we're at right here. I don't know if y'all can see all of that. I can see it, but I know my camera kind of cuts it off. What shows up on this screen does not show up exactly on this screen over here, the one that you guys actually see. So hopefully you're seeing it. I'm going to go ahead and open bag number 6. Go grab it. And I hope this air conditioning isn't too loud because I am sweating like you wouldn't believe right now, so I've got to have that on. It does get really hot in here, so it's not too bad though up here because I have this portable air conditioner thing where the hose goes out the window, and you know, when I'm at work I don't sit right next to it, so I can have it on pretty much all day and it keeps me pretty cool. But I know that these on these videos sound gets picked up pretty easily, so I don't like having it on when I have a live stream. But I'm sorry guys, I'm just too warm. So oh, knocked over the hot bag stand. And you know, I gotta say, living in this small town has really done me a lot of good. It really has. There really isn't a whole lot of restaurants here, and so I eat at home, which means I eat healthier. At least I have been. It doesn't mean you have to eat healthier because you're at home, but you got to control your portion sizes, all that good stuff. And because you know, when I go to a restaurant, if they fill my plate, I just feel like I have to eat it because I paid for it, and I feel like I'm wasting it if I don't. So I end up eating a much bigger portion size than I probably should, and of course that doesn't help out with weight loss. So living out here in the country where there's very few restaurants, and I've been to them here, a couple of them. There really is a couple. I've been to 2 of them. I haven't been to the third one, which is I think it's a Korean barbecue place, out of all things in the middle of nowhere. But excuse me, dang, I'm like. Anyway, I haven't been going out to eat too much at all, and as a result, I have lost 13 pounds in 3 months that I've lived here, and I'm hoping that that continues because I would like to lose like another 50, to be honest. It's not something I absolutely have to do or anything, but it is certainly something I want to do. Because, you know, Mrs. Chip, she looks a lot better than I do, so. Alright, I'm not going to be able to slide this over because I put the pieces here. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach this, and you will, I guess, see it later when it's on there. And hey Cliff, when does your 72-hour live stream start? Because I know I'm signed up for. You know what? I should just look at my calendar. But yeah, I am signed up for one of the hour-long slots for that. And also, Cliff, I gotta say too, if someone does not show up, you've got my number. If I'm available, I will hop on and help you out because I totally understand what a 72-hour thing is. I have trouble doing hour-long ones, so my hat's off to you because you can do 72-hour ones. But I don't want you to like be there and not know, like, you know, have any support. So if someone bails out on you, just text me, and if I'm around, I'll hop on. I'll certainly respond and let you know if I can't as well, but I you know, be more than happy to help you out. Okay. That is the weirdest thing. Okay, well, where does this one go exactly? I mean, I see how they tried to reinforce this, but I can also see where it would have its problems. Okay, so I love Lego's little pictures of what not to do. Like the one about shooting somebody in the face with a cannon. I don't know. And I saw a meme the other day that actually really hit home, and it was where it said, your generation thinks you're smarter than my generation. Well, when we bought cars, the owner's manual told you how to adjust the valves. Nowadays, owner's manual tells you not to operate while sleeping. Hello, John. How you doing, buddy? So I need to put 6 on here. Oh, you're all right, John. That's what the replay button's for. How's your day, John? Yeah, I know Greg works on Saturdays, so he can't make these early morning streams on Saturday. Me and Greg were texting last night. For those who don't know, Greg's a regular on here. Target I was at had all the NASA ones but the Saturn V. Yeah, they I don't think I've ever seen Saturn V. Man, I miss myself Target, man. I tell you what, I used to go to Target all the time. I lived when I lived in Layton, Utah. That's the place I lived before here. There was a Target like I think 3 miles away, and I used to go there all the time. Now there's no Target, there's no Walmart, there's nothing, man. We got a little hardware store and we've got a post office, and that's about what we got, man. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I see how it's supposed to go. I was like confused for a second here, but I got it now. No, Lego orders have been going really well, guys. I mean really well. I'm really proud of that. And if you've been a part of that helping me, thank you. Okay, so and I do promise, guys, once my issues are resolved with the previous owners of this house, I will do a video and tell you guys what happened. And I really wish I could, because, you know, I kind of hyped this place up because I was buying it, and I was so excited about having my own, you know, shop and all that, and I talked about it, and then I didn't deliver. I do have the shop; it's right over there, but there's reasons I'm not in it that I can't go into, and really a disappointment. So, anyway, when all is said and done, you guys will know what happened. I promise that. Oh, excuse me. I just woke up. I'm not supposed to be tired. Maybe I'll go back to bed. Who knows? All right. And I think this is a ×2, right? No, it's not. Okay. Let me... okay, so let me try to slide this over so you can see this. Okay, so we added the railing here. No, this is blocking, the pillar's blocking, but and we're going to be doing the rest of this railing here. So yeah, there's a lot going on with the shop, and I do hope that we can get this resolved real soon, and that you know, I'll be able to get that going. I've got to spend a lot of money on it. Since I'm out of carrots, I gave Rue a piece of hot dog. Typical reaction, zoomies. Yeah. Well, you know, speaking of which, I don't know where my dog's at. Let me put it on mute here. I'm gonna call him. Alright, well, hopefully he's not being disobedient today and he comes. Well, if he don't listen, his punishment is I just stick him outside, not leave him out there. He hates being outside. So I just leave him out there for a couple hours and really... Oh, shoot. I don't have a piece? Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. See, John, I do that too. Me and John had a conversation about building stuff and not being able to find the pieces. Okay, so now I need some track. Oh, Enzo, yeah, he's not coming. No, he's being a little turd right now. And I need those other pieces. Okay, this is not the pieces I'm looking for. So it's kind of the opposite of Star Wars. Okay. Nope, these are not it. I think this is it right here. Okay, so I'm going to try to slide this over, show you this. So we added a little bit of track here and here and here. And looks like next we get to add some tiles to hold that down now that we did that. And they've got two things they want here. You know what? I think I left Enzo outside already. I think that's why he's not coming. Because I don't think I let him back in. I think I just threw him out there because I'll admit I woke up late this morning. Like I'm usually up around, well, on my days off I'm usually up a lot earlier. And, well, not today. Not today. Okay, so it looks like I made a mistake on here. So let me fix this. Well, John, I hope you get those pieces you need, because that doesn't sound like any fun. Lego, when you miss pieces from their sets, they have really great customer service, and they will replace the pieces. And I know you're doing a different brand than Lego, but most of those places do have good customer service. So, and it sounds like, based off our conversations, they're giving you good customer service and shipping the pieces that are missing. So my hat's off to them for having that great customer service. And, you know, good customer service is hard to find anymore. I have to admit, I am very displeased with a lot of different companies these days, because it seems like every single one of them want to use the excuse of the pandemic. And I don't care about the pandemic, like the excuses, I should say. Don't care about them. I think that it's bull crap. I mean, the pandemic did not create you having a faulty product, so come on. Do like you're supposed to do and make it right. Now, I do understand certain things, like when you go to a restaurant these days, there's not as many people working there, so you're going to have to wait, and that part doesn't bother me, because that's staffing shortages, and that problem was kind of already started pre-pandemic anyway, because of staffing, yeah, because the economy was getting good back then. So anyway, all right, so let's see. Oh, I need to do ×2. I wish I would have seen that. I would have done them both at the same time. John says Rue got away from me. Yes. Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. Chasing a dog, man. I hope Rue doesn't do what my dog does. My dog, he likes to do stupid things, like he'll get away from me, and then he'll let me get right up on him, and then he'll run. And I hate that. He'll do that over and over, and it drives me batty. He hasn't done that to me for a while, and I think that's because he knows now if he acts up, I'll stick him outside, and I'll leave him there. Oh, wrong side. Okay, let's fix that. And because he doesn't like being outside, that's definitely a punishment for him. Oh, shoot. And right after this, I gotta put some Lego orders together. My post office here is so small, they are only open for 2 hours on a Saturday. So I gotta get my packages in that little window of time. I mean, not a window itself. Sorry, I kind of said that funny, but yeah. And like I said, Lego orders have been going really well, so I do appreciate that. In fact, I got an order. One of my orders 2 days ago was from my sister, who still lives down in the Salt Lake area. And that was pretty cool to actually see a name that I immediately recognized. And of course I know her address, so, you know, I knew, and it was for my nephew. He's, I don't remember how old he is. 9 these days, 10, something like that. Oh, well, I guess Enzo heard his name because he's scratching at the back glass that he knows he's not allowed to do. But I did leave him out there accidentally, so that's kind of my fault. But that's okay. I'm almost done here. When I'm done with this bag, we're gonna call it a day, and then that way I'll be able to get Enzo, and then, like I said, while I'm out in the heat today, I'll decide whether I'm gonna do the Millennium Falcon or this tomorrow morning. But I'm gonna have another live stream. Oh yeah, I will ask him about that, John. Of course, it requires me to catch him in a good mood, though. And I don't say it to be mean. I'm being honest with John. He with his age, he's gotten a little crusty. But from what I've been reading up on, that's pretty typical. Okay, so ×2, I kind of figured it would be. All right, so let's do this here. That's one of the other nice things about having time to lay out the pieces. When you lay out the pieces, you get to see the build ahead of time, so you kind of know what to expect. But I didn't lay out this bag, so I'm kind of flying blind at it. Okay, so here and here. Yeah, I was watching a documentary last night on YouTube that was talking about this Italian bridge that collapsed just 3 years ago. So, killed like 41 people. Really tragic, especially because they knew there was problems with the bridge ahead of time, but they just didn't care enough to do something about it. Yes, I don't know. Yeah. When I lived in California, we had the Bay Bridge collapse in 1989 due to an earthquake. If I remember right, it was a 30-foot section that fell. And then the Embarcadero Freeway in California fell, and so did the, what was it called? The Cypress something in Oakland side fell as well. Anyways, guys, this is going to be a wrap today. Let me show you what we've done. Hopefully you can see all of it. From about here over, we got this part in, and looks like we got plenty of supports in for the rest of the ride. A little bit of work that was needed for the minifigures to get through, and I'm going to turn this around so you can see this. We've got the entrance, some signs, a little walkway here with stairs to get to the ride itself. So it's moving along pretty good. This is bags 1 through 6. So we got 3 bags done in the first one, 3 bags in the other, this one. So, excuse me, I got something caught in my throat here. We will have live stream tomorrow morning, same time. I'm not sure, like I said, if it'll be the Millennium Falcon or continuing this. I'm kind of leaning towards the Falcon now that I'm thinking about it, because I got to get the Falcon out of the way, because the table that the pieces are on for the Falcon, that's the part that I need in order to continue my docking bay mock. So it would make sense to finish that so I could finish the Millennium Falcon. Sorry, I'm trying to think way ahead. Makes sense to finish it off, get all those pieces off there so I can lay down the cardboard, the plywood. And as you can tell, I said I was tired. And when I do that, I have all the mills plates built, so my pieces came in for that. So that I have a spot to lay it out now, and you can see it in you know, in its full glory there. All right, guys, I appreciate your time and watching this, and hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be good to each other, guys. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you on the next one.